we like to remind kids that, failure is inevitable. And if you're going to, achieve your potential, sooner or later, you're going to fail. Can you share with us maybe a failure that you had in the past and what you learned from it, what you took away from it?
So for me, I had to kind of think about this because even as a child, I never really failed, even though I fall flat on my face numerous times, especially as a gymnast, literally. But I figured out somewhere along the line that I did not read as fast as everybody else. That when the teacher would say, turn to page 254, I was invariably at 245. Right. And I started picking this up all on my own. I just knew that I was not as smart as the other kids. And I became very sensitive to someone calling me stupid or those kind of things. And anyone that's listening, we were in Generation X. You got called all sorts of things right to your face. You needed to handle that. Not that. And I thank those people because of the strength that I was able to cultivate myself. So because I didn't want to be called those things, I learned to study. I learned study habits. And I knew anything that I needed to read. If this was the due date, I had that done 2 weeks ahead of time to make sure I understood, because I was such a slow reader. I had learned to be a sight reader. I could not do phonics, and I still can't do to this day. So I finally just got comfortable with that. And when I started teaching, you still wrote on the board. And so I was teaching Ellen, and I'd be like, okay, I can't spell, you guys. I'm an idiot. I can't spell. So if I'm spelling something wrong, you don't get to make fun of me. You get to teach me how to spell that word. And so as I went through, and then eventually I just said, well, I'm just dyslexic. What happened is the kids that were dyslexic are like, oh my God, I'm so glad you told me that, because now I have somebody who's successful in front of me. And just watching you just go like, whatever. That is, I don't want to say a story of failure, but like where I was at.
Right. Yeah. That's a wonderful example.
The Raising Resilient Kids podcast is produced, hosted, and edited by sister brother team Jeannie and Tom Klashevitz.